be building some 27-gallon tote storage racks. So these are 3 wide. I want to do 4, but it wouldn't quite fit. So I'm going to show you how to build this 3 wide rack. If you want to do 4, 5, 6, whatever, or less, then at the end of the video, I'll tell you what dimensions to subtract or add for that. I modeled it a little bit after this one. This one is a single row, so it's a little different than this one. But most of the measurements are still the same as far as, like, for example, on the top here, instead of having the legs all the way up and the piece in between, the piece runs across the top, and I counted for that when I cut these legs, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But that's just going to say that's the first one I did for this little shop here. So y'all see how that turns out with when it transfers over to 3 or 4 rows or however many you're doing. So material wise, I'm using pine 2x4s, 2x4x12. You'll need 9 of them, just like this. And I'm cutting them out here. I'm gonna save you the time of watching me cut them up. But anyway, get you 9 2x4x12s in pine. So what I'm doing to cut these out, it's just a Bauer compound sliding miter saw. And you can do it with a everything I'm doing, you can do with a circular saw if you don't have the equipment I have, but it just makes it faster and easier to do with that. So I'm using that. Now, I already got my pieces cut out here, and I gotta rip those. I'll get to that in a second. But for my top and bottom pieces, you'll cut 4 of these at 67 1/4. And then again, I'll get to, if you want to add a 4th row or make it shorter, whatever, I'll get to what you add or take off in a second. But for 3 rows, you cut them 67 1/4. And then you'll cut 8. Now this is for the legs going up that the totes go between. These you'll cut 8 at 69 1/2. Yeah, 69 1/2. So write it down if you want to write it down or whatever, but 69 1/2. Now for your pieces that the totes are going to sit on and slide in and out off of, you'll need 12 of those, 28 and 3/4. Let me see, yeah, 28 and 3/4. You need 12 of those, but I'm going to rip them in half, so you'll end up with 24 pieces. And I'll show you in a second once I get it ripped down. I'll get my table saw out. I got my table saw set up. This is a Skill job site table saw. I think I paid $250 for it. I think maybe it was on sale. $250 to $300 normal price, I think. And I have a video on this if you want to check it out. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. Same thing with that Bauer miter saw. I did a video on it too. I'll try to link it. So what I'm doing is just going to rip all of these in half. The 28 and 3/4 pieces. Rip them all down in half. And I'll show you what we have after we get done with that. All right, so it's time to get to nailing it together. I'm using a Metabo HTP framing nailer. And if you got an impact screws, if you want to do it that way, that's cool. This is just faster for me and easier. Now I will screw it when I put it up against the wall back there. I'll run a couple screws just into the studs just to hold that. But anyway, so it doesn't get bumped and shifted around, pulling totes in and out. But anyway, let's get to nailing this out. So first things first, these are my top and bottom pieces, and I'm just going to set the camera up and let it roll. I'll speed up the video just a little bit, but you'll still see how it goes together, and then I'll explain it some more when I get it done. So all right, so the first one's done. You got to do 2 of these. This will be the front and then the back. It's kind of like building a wall. Your measurement from outside to your center mark be 22 5/8. Outside the center mark, 22 5/8. And there should be 22 inches in between center to center there. So there's that one. I'm not going to record this next one. It's going to be done just like that. And then we got to put our pieces in between, our ripped pieces here in between that the shelf slide on. So y'all see that here in just a second. I'll give you the measurement from the floor, like from the bottom up to that too. So for the brace pieces that the tote sit on, you have 16 3/4 to the top, from the bottom to the top edge of it. And then you'll have 33 1/2, 50 1/4, and then 67. Say it.
67.
Anyway, that's where your rip pieces will go for your totes.
It's okay for him to eat that wood, because he's not just chewing it, he's swallowing it.
All right, there she is. And the 9 2x4s. And I use the cut edge to go on the line so it has a cleaner cut so you can line it up more even all the way through. Now, if you're only doing the shelves, that's all you need. But I'm going to use the rest of this knife. 2x4 to put some braces across basically the same place as these legs are, all the way down 4 more, because I'm going to put a piece of plywood across and make like a loft area. You can put stuff on top of it in the building. So I got some scrap plywood. I'm going to use this to do the braces and then the plywood on top. I got my 4 pieces put across there. Now I just got to measure, cut my plywood on there, and I'll show a little bit of that. I'm going to use a track saw for that. All right, so these pieces I didn't mention, these inside pieces, 21 3/4. And then the top piece for the plywood for this one, measured out 67 1/4 long, because that's how long this top pieces are. And then it was 28 13/16 this way. It may vary a little bit if you're doing that, but that's what this one is. All right, I had an old piece of plywood under the shed there. I'm gonna cut this kind of rotted side off, cut it off over there the length I need it and the width and all that. I'm using a Win track saw. This is the 7 1/4 track saw. If you don't have one, I highly recommend getting one. Again, you can do this with a circular saw, but and the circular saw is good for cutting in position in places, you know. But if you're doing a lot of flat cutting or plywood or whatever, this right here, or cutting slabs of wood, if you get, you know, from a sawmill, 2-inch or whatever slabs of wood, this is good for keeping a good straight edge to start off of before you rip it down. But anyway, and it's a good budget price compared to the other like Festools or whatever other high dollar track saws. It's been pretty good. I need to do a video on it sometime. I don't have one, but I think they're sold at Lowe's too, or Home Depot one if I ain't mistaken, or Amazon, whatever. You can check them out. And you ain't got to worry about clamping something or following the line with a saw or none of that. You just run it, and I love it. So let's go down here, measure off, and do this other side. We got her in here. We actually had to pull that bottom board off because it was a little too tall to get in the doorway, but we got it in. Let's put the totes in there and see how it looks. All right, there she is, all done. Got the plywood on top for like a loft with some stuff up here. Now, originally when I made the first one, they were made to fit these, like the HDX, the 27-gallon totes from Lowe's or Home Depot. But these are from Tractor Supply, and these are from Walmart, and they're 27-gallon also, and they fit in there too, just a little more snug width-wise. They don't, they're not as loose as these, but again, 27-gallon, that style, you can tell by looking at it what style it is, but they all fit in there and a lot more organized. Now, if you want to add a row, I wanted to put 4 rows, but it wasn't quite wide enough. If you want to add a row, just add, of course, make the top and bottom pieces 22 inches longer, and then add in another leg on front and back. Again, 22 inches from center to center, like these two, center to center, 22. If you want to add one, or if you want to take it out and just do 2 rows, subtract 22 inches from that and take 1 row of legs out and close it in. So that's pretty much it. And she is all complete.